news begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news coming out of Detroit, where an Amber Alert for a kidnapped 2-year-old girl is over. Just a little while ago, that child was thankfully found safe, and 2 people were arrested after a wild police chase that ended with the crash. You're looking at video from the ground of the rescue and pictures from Sky 4 on the right side of your screen. The intense scene is what tops our news at noon. We want to show you video of the suspect right there being taken away on a stretcher into an ambulance after the chase has started in Monroe and ended here in the city of Detroit. Local 4's Jason Colthorpe has been following this story ever since it broke. He joins us live now. We know that you were there at the scene when this all came to an end. Jason?
Everett, it all began at 2:30 this morning, as you say, with that Amber Alert for Grady Barrett. Police say he took the daughter of his girlfriend, Sandra Renee, at gunpoint from her. Police were on the lookout shortly before 9 o'clock. They located his Chevy Z71. A chase ensued, hitting high speeds very quickly of 100 miles an hour, hitting different freeways, 94, the Southfield, also quickly getting to the surface streets where speeds stayed very high, very dangerous, until eventually he came around 7 Mile here onto Myers. And this chase ended in front of the Oak Point Senior Center. You can see damage to the 2 cars remaining on the scene. 2 SUVs, both badly damaged there. Another one was knocked on its side, and I think one of them is about to be towed out of here. The Z71 damaged very badly. We have 2 new pieces of video about this we want to show you. The first is surveillance video of the end of this chase from a neighboring business. You can see that Z71 driven by Barrett coming down 7 Mile, about to make the turn on Myers with numerous police cars behind him. This was a very involved police chase. Moments later, he would crash. Now take a look at that second new piece of video. This is the rescue of Sandra Renee, the little girl, being plucked out of that Z71 by police. She was okay, taken to Children's Hospital as a precaution, where, as police told us a little earlier, a high priority was to get her back in her mother's arms. We don't know if that's happened yet, but I do know family has gone to the hospital for that. And of course, you can also see the aftermath of this crash scene. One SUV knocked on its side, as a witness said. When Barrett came around the corner, police bumped him on the backside. That's what a witness said. He went into 3 parked cars, out of control. 1 got knocked on its side. He was disabled, and police were able to make the arrest. A short while ago, we talked to Barrett's sister about this. Listen.
It's just a simple fact that I don't want my brother to be looked at as a kidnapper, and that he pulled the gun and took somebody's child. That's not the case. To the point of this chase, which I don't agree. I just fear that my brother was scared at the time. The Amber Alert, he did not kidnap the baby at gunpoint. I just want to clear my brother's name.
It looked like they tapped his bumper, made him turn, and he ran into the cars. Okay. And then he flipped the truck over.
Some eyewitness sound there, too, of just an incredible ending to this, because on the other side of this senior center is the Home Depot. There were a lot of people out here, a lot of people lining the streets, just as was the case for most of this chase. So just to recap, the suspect, Grady Barrett, taken to the hospital on a stretcher. You saw those incredible pictures. Not seriously injured, but he is in custody at the hospital. A second person, a female, was also taken into custody. Police describe her as an associate, possibly a neighbor. She was in that Z71, and of course, Sandra Renee at Children's Hospital as a precaution. Police believe she's okay, thankfully. Evrod?
It's just very interesting to hear the suspect's sister talk about him in that way, given all the events that happened today. Let's talk about the other side of the family. Sandra Renee's mother, has she been able to be reunited with her daughter? And have you talked to anybody else on that side of the family?
That was a priority for police. We don't know if they are reunited. You probably assume that they have been. I know family was on its way to their way to Children's Hospital, including Sandra Renee's aunt, who I spoke with, and she said to me that Barrett and actually both sides of the family confirmed this, that this was a very volatile relationship between Sandra Renee's mother and Grady Barrett, boyfriend and girlfriend. They said when this is all resolved, they would not be surprised if they are back together again. But however, she said he came there with some sort of weapon to take the baby away, and she said she has just a very different story of how this happened. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But definitely, like you say, a happy ending in the sense that no one was hurt, especially this little girl, Everett.
Right, and we should point out that Grady Barrett is not the biological father of little Sandra Renee, so you wonder why this little girl would have been in his custody regardless. So we're just glad that she's safe. Jason, thank you. Right now we want to get to a story that is developing this afternoon from Clinton Township, where a homeowner was the victim of an armed robbery from earlier this morning. A 75-year-old man was confronted by a gunman in his home on Webster Street near Little Mac. The gunman tied that homeowner up, ransacked the house, and then made off with jewelry and guns. So the robber was last seen driving a red 2017 Jeep Cherokee with a Michigan license plate that reads CJZ 5010. If you spot this vehicle, please contact Clinton Township Police. A woman and her 2-year-old daughter were shot this morning, shot on Detroit's east side. You're looking at pictures from the scene there. It happened around 1:45 this morning on Tacoma Street near Hayes. That's where we find Local 4's Coco McAvoy this afternoon. Quite a sad story. I understand this 2-year-old girl was hit in the neck.
Yes, that's correct, Evrod. The shooting happened down the street here on Tacoma, near where that burgundy car is this afternoon. Police say 10 shots were fired. The mother and her 2-year-old daughter were seriously injured after being shot in the neck and in the back. Now let's catch you up to speed on how this all started. Here's some video we shot. They drove from a liquor store in the area to Tacoma Street. Police say they were being followed from the liquor store. When the mother, her boyfriend, and the 2-year-old got to Tacoma Street here, police say another car pulled up and a suspect got out of that car and started shooting at them. The mother was shot in the back and her 2-year-old daughter was shot in the neck. Both were taken to the hospital in temporary serious condition. And we spoke to a woman who lives on the street and saw the aftermath of the shooting.
Streets blocked off. Yeah, everything blocked off. Tape from my porch to across the street. I thought somebody died how it looked last night. Hope that everybody is okay. It's too close to home.
And police say the boyfriend was not forthcoming with information. He was actually arrested on outstanding warrants out of another state. Police aren't sure what vehicle they're looking for this afternoon. Residents say they didn't see a vehicle, and the victims were not able to describe the vehicle or the suspects. So this is still under investigation. We're going to stay on it this afternoon. We'll bring you updates on clickondetroit.com and live at 5 o'clock. Back to you.
Such a tragic story. Coco, thank you. Floyd Galloway Jr., the person of interest in the disappearance of Danielle Stieslicki, is back in court today for a hearing in a different case. Galloway is charged in connection with the attack on a jogger in Hines Park in Livonia last September. Local 4's Steve.
Well, Evrod, I've lost my audio connection with you, but let me fill you in on what has happened here this morning. They're in recess right now. It's because Galloway is a person of interest in the Stieslicki case that police were led to this one, where he is accused of attacking a jogger in Hines Park. Let me show you what happened in court this morning. The alleged victim did testify. That was the entire morning, her testimony, until they took the recess. She identified Galloway as the man she says attacked her. She says as she was running, he came up first to her front, then circled around behind her, grabbed her, dragged her off the jogging path, and then attacked her, punching and choking her. She says she fought, and he eventually ran off.
I started pleading with him. I told him that I had a family and that I had a daughter, and that my daughter was 18 months old, and just let me go.
What did he say to you?
After a brief struggle, he said, "Fine, I'm going to let you go."